Some amazing matchups have taken place between the Waratahs and the Highlanders, but time has not played an ideal card for the Waratahs, as 2017 has been an abysmal year for them. They have fallen off the pace, and all they can hope for now is a scalp against the Highlanders to top off what has been a disappointing season. Hello everyone and welcome along to Cornflakes Rugby, a home of Rugby Challenge 2 and the Highlanders career mode. We're into round 16 of the 2017 Super Rugby season, and that is a very ideal way to spread out the word rugby. The Waratahs at home, Sydney Football Stadium, with a team that has been less than impressive for the New South Wales faithful this season. They are sitting third in the Australian Conference and have a 5-win, 8-loss record. Their last match they played, they lost to fellow New Zealand franchise that compared to what they're against today, the Highlanders. Another New Zealand franchise in the Blues, 26-21 the scoreline for that one. So the Blues have proven they have surpassed what the Waratahs were in past seasons gone by, and now look to be one of the top running sides, taking out the Waratahs, who last season, were finalists, and before that they were finalists 2 years ago and were one of the real top sides, but time has not played the card very well for them and they are struggling very much so. 9 and 10 is probably where they'll struggle the most, with Cooper and Francis running the cutter at 9 and 10. Other than that, it is a lot of new names. They've got the addition of Scarby there at outside centre, will definitely boost up their backs, but a lot of no-name players out there and a lot of lesser grade players. Cade Pokey, struggling Super Rugby player a few years ago, makes his way back here with the Waratahs jumper. As for the Highlanders, you know how these guys have been going. They've been phenomenal this season once again, and you cannot count them out from going another title in the Super Rugby. Last week they did get a bit of a close match up against the Crusaders, 14 points to 7. They eventually won that match 2-1 in round 15. Now there's just 3 rounds remaining after tonight's match, so 4 including this game tonight, and the Highlanders are definitely well on their way to securing another top place finish, but it is all not over yet, and the Blues, I'm sure, will have something to say about that. A few changes in the Highlanders team, mostly in the back line, with Stowers, North, Folau coming into the team. A bit of a switch around in the back row as well, with Warburton and Armitage 6 and 7, with Bowen switching to number 8, and it is Ep.19 Metallic who reignites their passionate second row combination to once again look to dominate the set piece. We are all set for action here as the Highlanders travelling to what was one of their massive arch rivals. Today though could be a bit of a dominant display if the Highlanders can hit their mark. But we all know that come the time of kickoff, anything could happen. The Waratahs have been less than convincing, but here's a chance for them to turn their season around. Sopawanga retains his number 10 jersey for this one. Ref calls ready and whistle is underway. We are good to go. Round 16 of Super Rugby. Oh, and Sean Fuller has got off to a horrible start for the Highlanders. A big high tackle. That's not how you want to start it. So the Waratahs in their home strip, the two-tone blue kit for tonight's match. It is the Highlanders playing in the green and blue, their away strip tonight for this one. As it is kicked away from Francis. Oh, it's so strange to see some new players in the Waratahs outfits this season. A line out to Pulotta now, one who has not changed. He'll throw into the front to Douglas. Another one who's been around in a Waratahs jumper for a while. And look at this forward play here from the Waratahs, throwing men in with complete disregard. They'll take it out and they switch around the corner. And there is Cooper having a bit of a run there. Sits it back here, Hooper. He's a key man and he's broken through. Finds room on the left for Pokey. Paid him out a bit at the start, but he's come good with a nice early break for Cade Pokey. Well, disregarded him as possibly a lower grade player, but that is an impressive break off the Hooper break. So 2 good busts already for the Waratahs. Nothing yet for the Highlanders as out it goes to Mullen, and they're sharing the kicking duties. Look at that, Ben Mullen, straight up the middle of the park. And Stowers gives chase along with Ben Smith. And waiting at the back is Israel Folau, and he takes the mark. And he will look to maybe put this one into touch, I would imagine. Sopoaga will do those duties, and he kicks this one up towards halfway. Folau opting to give it to his fly half for that one. Another rare chance for Sopoaga to impress. A line out for Pelota now. His options, Douglas and Gosling in the front there. There's Douglas. He takes another one. And Franks wraps him up very quickly. They'll quickly recycle. Big pass back. And Harry's at the fullback. Comes back inside now. Pelota now. Big run from him. And he sets it up once again. Douglas involved there. Here's a quick run to the left side. Numbers, but they choose to go back. And there's advantage to the Highlanders. That's a forward pass. And here's Ben Smith. Away to Stowers. And Sherwin Stowers busts away. Comes 1-on-1. Oh, he's put a foot in touch. Oh, could have been a fantastic first chance for the Highlanders. Going the way of Sherwin Stowers. We know how much he loves to score tries. He's just put a foot in touch for that one. Harry's at the back, was just about left bamboozled. Has Carrero. Looks to smash this one upfield, and it is Folau who comes away with it. Finds support in Retallick, who lets that one fall out the back. And it's picked up from Pelota now. Here's Cooper. Going for a bit of a run himself on the 10-metre line.
Release.
Highlanders look to push their way through. No way there. Here's a run. Mamia gets over the advantage line and pushes towards the 22. Good run from him. Hooper keeping it tight in the forwards.
Release.
As he gets driven backwards. Good tackle. The Highlanders defence on the mark at the moment. Here's a run. Oh, that's a big hit on Edmonds. But he's got a nice pass away to Carrero. And Carrero goes up near the 22. The Waratahs of numbers, but they lose the ball. And that is a big mistake because Sonny Bill is away. Smashing upfield kicks with Ben Smith. Is this going to stay in the field of play? It beats them all. What a kick from Sonny Bill Williams. Puts it on a string right into the corner. Could have been interesting if Ben Smith had a chance at that one. It's a 5-metre line out for Pelota now in the Waratahs. 25 gone, still 0-0. Just the 2 jumpers in that one. And it's Gosling who goes up for it for the Waratahs. Looking to steer themselves out of the 22. No way through at all. They get stopped and turned. Now it sits up. Kipu with a good run. And they offload through the back line. It finds his way there for Scobie. And he's picked up and hammered. Big tackle, 1-on-1 against Ben Smith in the centres. Good tackle there, and he sets him up, turns him over. Here's a run, Aaron Smith, he'll get it. Oh, what a try from the little scrum half. That is exceptional vision to see that space. Aaron Smith scores, the Highlanders hit the lead, and it is game on here for the Highlanders. Well, what a tackle that was. Look at Ben Smith absolutely digging in there, looking for gold. And then too much speed in between Gosling and Pelota now. And it's Aaron Smith who dots down opening try. Look at the 2 number 10s there. Sopoaga and Francis going head to head in a ruck. How often do you see that between the 2 fly halves? Super try. The Highlanders showing they are adept at any level at the moment. Such great play from this young, talented number 9. Speaking of young and talented, here's another one. Lima Sopoaga. Breeze at his back. The Highlanders haven't really needed to use it so far. Hits his kick and it swings in beautifully. Sopoaga adds a 2. It's 7-0 Highlanders over the Waratahs. Well, the Waratahs will remember those 2 finals they lost to the Highlanders. They could have been 2 times champions, the Waratahs, but as it turns out, just finalists. Warburton throws an intercept. Oh, goodness gracious. Carrero has been absolutely hung out to dry by that man, Retallick. Wow, that was brutal, and you'd expect the Waratahs have to go for 3. Oh, they're not going to. Wow, this is dreadful call, in my opinion. 3 points on offer. They have to be taken, especially when you're only trailing by 7. 3 points on the board, head back to halfway and reset the thoughts. Put the pressure back on the Highlanders heading into the break. Give their lead a bit of a chop because they've lost the line-out ball. Aaron Smith goes to Sopoaga, and now they'll use that wind at their back. They find the ball back to Harries, who's kicked it all the way back, and it is mark taken. Once again, the Highlanders happy to slow this one down. The free kick right in centre field. Sopoaga, oh, he's gone to tap this one. Very interesting, and he's gone down. First up tackle and injured. Huge blow, Lima Sopoaga. Well, that at least makes the battle for that number 10 jumper a little bit easier for the Highlanders now. Robbie Robinson will come back on. We haven't seen him for a couple of weeks, only off the bench. He'll be looking to definitely enforce himself into this match. He will not be happy sitting on that bench, that is for sure. Look at the Waratahs pack. They have decimated the Highlanders, and they'll turn this ball over. In the 22 they go. To the left for Kane Pokey. He stops it back in field. Nice pass as well. Numbers to burn here. Eventually for Palu, but he goes into touch. Well, Pokey and Scarby have been very, very hard working on the left side together. But in the end, it is the Highlanders who head to the halftime break, leading this one 7 points to 0. And we have to call back here and go to the penalty for the high tackle against Retallick. Waratahs should have looked to their kicker, I presume it will be Francis, and said, put that 3 points on the table for us. We would have only been trailing by 4. The captain should have said, that's a try. That is only a try. So, a big mix-up in the call. As it turns out, they lost that line out and it all went south after there for the Waratahs. Looking at some stats just quickly. Possession, 73-27%. Big difference there. Also, territory, 57-43 to the Highlanders. The injury won't help, and the high tackles definitely not something they'll want to persevere with in the second half. They've given away a lot of territory, given the Waratahs a sniff, which will not please them. But for the first time in probably seasons, the Highlanders have made less handing errors in the first half than their opposition. When did that last happen? Stats freaks, where are you? That is very, very rare. The Waratahs 3, Highlanders 2. Let's get back down to the action in the second half, about to kick off. Well, it's been an interesting match so far. The Waratahs have fired glimpses of what they are capable of, but in the end, it is the Highlanders who have fired the big shot, with Aaron Smith scoring the only try in the match so far. Here's Robinson, just made his way on the field before half-time. The injury to Sopoaga as Sonny Bill feeds Ben Smith, and he slips it back in field to North. First time we've seen from George North tonight. Just about slots into a big hole, but he loses the ball. And now it's a chance here for the Waratahs. Good run through the middle from Carrero. And eventually they go to ground. Midway, 10-metre line, 22, and they set it up again. Short run off the back. Nowhere to go. Now there's Pelota now. Back in field it goes. Good run as well, and they're making space here on the left. A chance again for Pookie, but it's gone into touch once more. And you have to say, these Waratahs ideas are just not working. Edmonds going short, Pelota now on his shoulder, but it's just not working the way they'd like it to work. It's a line out here. And Etsabeeth pulls it down. Armitage's first receiver goes short to Robinson. Oh, just about got through of the decoy runner. Still was all dreadful ball. 3 on his outside, 1 defender to Biggs. And it would have been curtains for the Waratahs, but the pass is astray. The Waratahs live again. They get a life. 49 minutes gone. Pilota now to throw in again. Nicely done. Gives it to Gosling. And he's going to drive it. Look at this here for the Waratahs. Shaw trudging upfield. Looking to spin it to midfield. But the Waratahs can't get any further. Highlanders defence on the money. Here's a run to the middle. Carrero.
Release.
Just about finds some space. They go short. Edmonds slips it back. Pilota now. Advantage to the Waratahs. And a try to boot. Where'd that come from? Absolutely nowhere. There was almost slow motion there for the Highlanders defence to Tafu Pilota now. Gets the try. But look how slowly it happened. There was advantage for the tackle on Edmonds. Look, Edmonds was over the line as well. Almost if they just didn't know what to do, the Highlanders. Confused in defence. They've conceded a try and they may well be in trouble here. The Waratahs could bring this one back level. There was a step. It was around Moen and then it was just almost as if he just strolled straight through. Folau made the desperate last minute effort, but in vain it was. And here we go. A bit of a change to what I expected. Francis will not be taking the place kicks. It will be instead Ross Cooper, the scrum half, and here he is stepping up, nicely hits it, and that's a nice one from Cooper. Beautifully judges the win, and it is 7-all between the Waratahs and the Highlanders. Back to halfway, Folau. Interesting call here with the substitutions coming on. And it is Folau who will do the kick instead of Robinson, who just about plucks it. And now there's a high tackle from the man we speak of. Well, Scarby there milks one for the Waratahs. Oh, now we have some changes. Tumangarellan coming on, Duplessis coming on as well. In the back row, it's Falatau on for Moen, Gordy on the field, as well as Osborne coming into the fray, as well as Savia. That is a wrap of the substitutions as the Waratahs smash this one upfield. Get some momentum going forward as they look to, well, stop the tide here of Highlanders victories. Very hard task. Quickly thrown to the front, and Douglas throws it down. That's a horrible kick there. That is dreadful from Francis. What on earth is he thinking? Well, that is some way to throw away a golden opportunity.
Crouch.
From halfway, right on the halfway line.
Sit.
Wow, mind explosion there from Francis. The Highlanders get the scrum feed. And last time they got absolutely destroyed. This time, a bit more solid with the changes. Tumangarellan on there, Duplessis and Falatau. Here is the latter. Running short to Gordy. Now there's a high tackle on the little scrum half, and here we go. This could be trouble for the Waratahs. Yes, it is. It is Carrero who's gone for 10, and that's a massive blow. Well, what's the call here? Oh, instantly going for the tee. Well, if the wind was at his back, I would almost back Robinson to get this, but he is kicking straight into a breeze, which is going to be very, very difficult. He's going to have a nudge anyway, and it comes. It looks straight, but it's going to fall about 10 short. And a disappointing finish as Scarby runs it out, finds some numbers out here, and a breakaway too for Tranny. He slips it infield, and it's Gosling who's been smashed backwards too. Good defence from the Highlanders. And they need this ball though. So they go short. Oh, that's a horrible run there from Edmonds. Highlanders compete once again at the breakdown, but it won't come for them. And Cooper, he'll decide to go short himself. Oh, what a turn of speed here from Mamia. He's up to the 10-metre line. Highlanders might have numbers though to this breakdown. Yes, they do, and they get it back on the 10-metre line. Armitage flicks it wide for Williams. Sonny Bell's through. Infield ball to Armitage. This could be it for the Highlanders. Stefan Armitage gets the try, and that could well be the winning. How much will the yellow card hurt? What's a run through the middle from Sonny Bill, and they were lining up to put support in as well. Straight through Pilota now, and then the tackle from Harries at the back was in vain. As you see there, numerous amounts of Highlanders players. Armitage was there. He started it all with the pass. That's why he was first in support. But look, there was Stowers, there was Robinson, there was plenty of numbers as well, right there, ready to put the support in. Great try, Highlanders. That's what they're all about. Support play, so important. Robinson, who had a good nudge at that penalty, but the wind was just too much. Should have that wind been the other way around, and it could have been very interesting. This is a difficult kick here. As he steps up to strike it, wind in his face. That is sensational from Robbie Robinson. Take a bow, young man. His kicking has come on in leaps and bounds recently. He was almost the weak link with the kicking. Sopoaga was such a good place kicker, and Robinson was such a good ball runner. They've evened out now. Sopoaga's game has improved. Robinson's kicking much improved. And with 7 to go, once again, we are 14-7. Highlanders lead. Afoa picks that up, and there's Franks. Oh, big tackle on Franks. Well, Shraney just smashed him there. Here's Gordy who went for a bit of a run before finding Robinson. Here we go. This is what we know him for. And Phil Bottom Afoa. He's got support from Stowers. He's a speedster. And Stowers will go in for a long and weighted try. We have not seen this for quite some weeks. What a bust through the middle from Robbie Robinson. We said he may have lost a bit of his running ability with his goal kicking improving, but no. Take it all back. Robbie Robinson carves up, and how about Afoa? Possibly could have gone all the way himself. Gave it to his man outside with the wheels, and he made no mistake. Putting that one down under the sticks, burning up the turf. No worries at all for Stowers. Good run from Afoa. What support play from the big man has been superb since his change to hooker. He's really showing his worth to this team here, keeping the natural hookers out of the team, which is just phenomenal. But what a run in the open field from the big man. Robinson. Chance to add another couple. May just signal the end of this match. Let's have a looky here. Steps up, strikes it, and there goes the buzzer. 21-7 will be the final score in the end. The Waratahs valiant, but the Highlanders just had too much in the tank. The substitutes were just too impressive to let the Waratahs get close. The changes come on, and the intensity just lifted. You see a couple of them there. Gordy Robinson coming on for the injured Sopoaga. Didn't see very much at all from big names like North and Savia. Hardly touched the ball. It was the usuals. Stowers, Robinson, Afoa, who really got the job done. 21-7 the final score. Highlanders taking points from this round 16 fixture. 3 matches remain in their season, but we'll have a look at those at the end of the video. First off, let's check out the scorers from the match. Pull on it now with a very good try. Almost a surprise that he even managed to do that, but he got through a good defensive unit and scored a very nice try for the Waratahs. Put them right back in the game. Cooper's conversion made it 7-all. At that point, it was only the one try from Aaron Smith at that point for the Highlanders. It was 7-7, and it was game on. But step up Armitage, step up Stowers, and the break creators, Sonny Bill Williams and Robbie Robinson. They were sublime, but Armitage, Smith and Stowers with the tries, Robinson 2 conversions, and Sopoaga the 1 from his efforts. That's when he got injured and made his way off the field. Hopefully not for too long, but Robinson, it may have just given him the little kick in the pants he needed to pick up his game. The Highlanders always in control of the possession stat. Look at that, 63-37. Territory ended up 50-50. The wind for the Waratahs ended up proving to be their helping hand. Their 16th man, well, 15th when they had a man in the bin as well. Handling errors, look at this, 3-all. That is huge. A match with only 6 handling errors in the whole game. That is almost a record low. The high tackles, though, they were the poor part. The Highlanders with 3 high tackles. The Waratahs just 1. They saw Carrero go into the bin for 10 minutes and almost a halfway penalty into the wind from Robinson, but it was astray. So 21-7, the final score. Highlanders picking up just the 4 points. Could have managed that 5th try, but they'll take the points, and we'll check out the table and how the injuries are going with Sopoaga. How long could he possibly be out for? So as always with this very odd Super Rugby fixtures structure, we'll go through the matches coming up before our next match. It is the Blues who have pipped the Chiefs in a good match there. That looked very entertaining. Reds, not quite so unless you're a Reds fan, 58-15 over the Rebels. The Cheetahs and the Lions, wow, 15-14. Oh, this is a classic round of matches here. Sharks and the Stormers, 19-17 to the Sharks. But wait, it gets better. Reds 22, Waratahs 18. An absolute pile of classic matches there to really wet the whistle of any rugby fan out there for these matches. The Brumbies rounded it out 56-9 over the Western Force to end round 17. So round 18, first match up for the Highlanders. They are now travelling away to face the Crusaders in Christchurch. That'll be a bit of a cracker for that one. But first, let's check out the standings and see what the points look like. Well, she's quite interesting here, isn't it, really? The Highlanders undefeated, 13 from 13, but the Blues, having lost 3 matches, have got an extra match, bonus point match worth of bonus points. So they're only 7 points adrift of the Blues, so still very possible for them to take the top spot. Crusaders down on 35 and third, the Chiefs 31, very congested. The Hurricanes at the bottom on 24. In South Africa, the Bulls lead the way just by a slender margin of 1 point over the Sharks, who are on 52. Stormers 28, Cheetahs 11, and the Lions down there lowly on 2. In Australia, the Brumbies lead the way. Look at that, 65 points, 1 loss, 2, of course, the Highlanders. The Reds sit second after some impressive results, seeing them up to 41, and I think this will be a season where we have exactly 2 from every conference. The Brumbies and the Reds look odds on. Sharks and the Bulls from South Africa, and the Blues and the Highlanders definitely odds on to top those top 2 spots, which could be very good for the complexity of this final series. Waratahs sit third on 28, Western Force 18, and the Melbourne Rebels on 9. So a bit to cover here before we wrap this one up. We have a mail message, which we'll check out now. What's that? The following player has been injured and won't be available for selection until further notice. Lima Sopawanga, fractured jaw, even though he was holding his shoulder during the match, but he's out for, oh goodness me, 18 weeks. I thought that was 18 days when I first had a skim read of it, but no. 18 weeks, well, he is gone for an absolute age. 97 days, Lima Sopawanga is gone. That'll mean Robinson will have to come back in. We're a bit short, really, on fly half, so, well, there you go. Robinson will come back in next week. Of course, if you have any ideas or suggestions for the lineup for each match, do let me know in the comments. I always read every comment that comes in and try to take them on board as much as I can and interact them with the series as we go on. So plenty of players to pick from. Let me know what you think in the comments below as well. And don't forget, if you're loving the series, let me know by leaving a like on the video as well. And of course, if you don't want to miss any of the action, be sure to subscribe to the channel as well. And I will see you all next time for the Crusaders at home up against the Highlanders, our third last match of the 2017 season. Then it's final series, the real action, and of course, what we all play the career mode for, end of the season, transfers, all sorts of goodies, money to be thrown around, and lots of good action like that. So thank you for tuning in and watching, and I'll see you all next time. Until then, take care.